All right, so I'm actually going to show you guys how to do some stuff today, or how I do some stuff today. Got this 96 Impala. This is the one I mentioned it in a few videos. It's getting 5.7 4L60 swap. The 5.7 is basically a 5.3 truck motor that we bored 40 over, or I forgot however much over, to turn into a 5.7. It's got brand new pistons in it. It's got a custom ground cam, stage 2 cam, new springs, complete long block built. It's got a 4L60 transmission built by Randy. It's got a 3400 stall in it, a TCI stall in it. I had the FTI, but I decided to go with a little bit bigger stall on this, just to give it a little more kick off the line, since we're doing 373s and all that stuff out back. And then it's getting Willwood brakes, new posi and gears and all that good stuff. So as you can tell from the title of the video, I'm going to show you guys how I do the fuel systems when I LS swap these Impalas. I've got a box O parts just because I order these in bulk. So first thing you got to do, of course, is remove the old fuel system, which I've already done. All the fuel lines already removed. Oh, it's kind of dark. Hold on. All right. So old fuel system's removed. This is where the old fuel pressure, fuel filter is, and then the lines run up and over the frame, and then they connect right there to those two. You got a 3/8 and a 5/16 line, and then it runs all along the frame rail, and then up into the engine bay and connects to the engine. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I do. First things first, you get these fittings here. These are Russell fittings. They're fuel injection quick connects. So this one's a 3/8, the blue one's a 3/8, and the white one's a 5/16. And pretty simple. Let's see. They just literally snap right in. Boom. Boom. That's it. That's it. Snaps right in. And then they're on, depending on the intake that you're using, some of them will take like a -8 or a -6 line right into the fuel rail if you're using aftermarket fuel rails. If you're using a stock style fuel rail, which is what I'm doing on this car has an LS1 intake, it actually takes a 3/8. The same fitting bolts right onto there, right onto the line, like how that clips right on, quick connect. And then, let's see what we got here. You're gonna need 2 of these here. These are -6AN connectors, so basically this will screw on, both of these will screw on to the tank, the fittings on the tank, and then we'll connect the braided line to this, and then we'll run it to this thing here. This is your Corvette fuel pressure regulator. This is the easiest way to do it. I mean, of course you can go with you know, Aeromotive, aftermarket, and all that good stuff, but for what we're doing, this will work just fine. So we basically need to run 2 lines from the fuel tank to this, and then we'll do 1 line out that goes all the way up the car to the line. So I'll show you how I make these lines and measure and all that good stuff. And I actually put this in the stock location, so I'll actually put this where the stock one was, right here. It'll actually go right here. So that's where I put it. So all those people that are putting these things under the hood, it's trash. Don't do that. It's a terrible idea. I hate when I see that. It's lazy, because, I mean, let me not call it lazy. It is a way of doing it, because the lines that connect to the factory fuel line on the LT1 are 5/16 and 3/8. So some people, what they do is they take the lines out from the stock fuel rail and just connect it straight to this and mount this on the inner fender and just run a line from this to the fuel rail. I've actually seen some people just stick this right into the fuel rail, and it's actually a 3/8, so it'll go right into the fuel rail, and then they just connect these two to the stock fuel line. So yeah, that's a quick, easy way to do it. I mean, that takes no time. I mean, you really don't have to do anything, but I would do that for like my own car, for something I'm just trying to get done quickly. But this is a custom car. He paid me good money, so I'm gonna do it right. And I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride. All right, so first thing we want to do is get our nylon braided hose. Comes in, you can get it in 10, 15, 20 feet. I usually buy 20 feet. 20 feet is about enough to do one car. That usually, I can usually get away with 20 feet for one car. That usually works. So let me set this up here. Yep, you can see. So take this, put it in the vise, make sure it's nice and tight. And what you're gonna do is take this end, try to get it in there. Normally, you put a piece of tape on there and cut it clean, but it's fresh out the box. So, I mean, I can get it to where it's somewhat, and you're gonna turn it to the left. So it's a reverse thread, and you just wanna turn this until it bottoms out. Check it. So, I don't know if you can see that, but it's, you can see the hose right up on the edge there. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up, but anyway. Once you get it there, a little bit of oil on the threads. Stick one in there. Sometimes it gets a little, sometimes you gotta help it. There we go. Nope. It's real time. I'm catching all these bloopers. There we go. Screw that till it's bottomed out. Boom. All right. That's your end result. All right, so the way I like to go is it'll come through here, because remember, we're putting the stock regulator here in the stock, the regulator here in the stock location. So we'll run this up here, and then it'll go up here. And this car had a bunch of dirt and mud under here that's been falling down, but basically it's going to run up and over, and it should pop up right here, and then it'll run right into this. And once we get a measurement on that, then we'll cut it, and we'll make two lines, and then I'll show you what fitting we put on the other end. I'll list the fittings, but I'm not putting links and all that stuff. You guys are gonna have to do just a little bit of work to find your own fittings, but I at least tell you what I'm using so you know. Fair? Cool. All right, so got it marked where we need to cut, and see, we've got it up here, run through. It's not bright enough, hold on. There we go. So, and then we left room for a little bit of slack. So we'll just take this out, and then we'll measure two, and then we'll just cut them and make two of them. Why is this line broken? I didn't realize this was taken out. Okay. But yeah, so, and actually I may cut closer to the front of this to give it just a little bit more slack, and then we'll just double up on that, and that'll be the beginning of our fuel lines, and then the rest we'll just run it straight to the front on the fuel rail, on the frame rail, and up to the top. That's it. Pretty simple. So let me get this out, cut it, and then I'll make both lines and I'll show you the finished product. Same length, 6AN straight fittings on both sides, and then on this side, which is the side that's going to connect to the regulator, we're going to do 6AN 45 degree fitting, so which is these things here. So it's a 45 degree bend on it, and basically that's going to make it come off the frame and go up and over. So get that set up. So we'll go ahead and put 45 degree fittings on both of these, and then we'll mount, I'll show you how I mount the regulator, and then we'll get these connected, and that part will be done. And then really it's just running the line up the front, and that's it. Pretty simple. And pretty much once I get done with this part, I'm probably gonna go put the blue car back together, because I'm in the midst of working on both these cars right now, waiting on the paint to dry under the hood of that. So I figured while I'm dirty, let me go ahead and get this done, because I'm underneath the car making a whole bunch of mess. And it's a similar thing for the transmission cooler lines. I'll show you how, I mean, it's basically the same process. You're just using the same lines, just different stuff, different fittings, that's all. About Nipsey just gets me motivated to work. But anyway, I got the lines in. I'm trying to find my light. I think it might be over here. No, I don't know where I put the light. Hold on, bear with me. Yeah. All right, found the light. Okay, so that was the end of a song called Blue Laces 2. If you didn't know, Nipsey Hussle is my favorite rapper in the whole world. I've been following him since Slauson Boy 1, which is a mixtape I bought from him in that same shopping center where he got killed. So here we go, got the lines ran. So here's a little tip for you guys if you've never done this before. When you make these lines, they will basically be identical. They'll be the same lines, same fittings on both sides. So there's really no difference that you can tell between the feed and return. You can either just run one first and connect it. So you run the feed, run it to the feed, and then run the return, run it to the return. What I do is I put a piece of tape on the end of the matching line. So I know, okay, this is connected to the 5/16 line on the regulator, and then it's connected to the 5/16 line on the tank. So you got your 5/16 line, you got your 3/8 line, it runs up and over, comes through right here, real nice and clean, and we'll zip tie that, get it all nice, and then connects the regulator. So I realized I don't have the piece that goes in here, so I need to order that. I don't know what happened to it. I may have stole it for another build. So I need to order that, and then we can finish the rest. But Summit, when I order from Summit, I usually get the next day. So I'll get this mounted up here, and I mean, that's the gist of it. I mean, I can pretty much just end the video here. I mean, there really isn't much more to it. You just get the piece that goes in here, connect it or run it to the fuel line, and it's basically the same thing. But maybe if I can get these pieces in time, I'll extend the video or do a part 2 or something like that, so you guys can see the whole thing. So we'll go from there. Or I may end the video here.